Let's talk about the future, your future. That bright, beautiful place you visit in your head when the present becomes too dull, too heavy, too real. You close your eyes and you see it, don't you? The person you're going to be, the success, the respect, the power. It's a beautiful film you play on a loop inside your skull, a comfortable dream. Now open your eyes, look around you, at this room, at this day. This is not the dream, is it? This is the reality. And the distance between that dream in your head and the reality of this moment feels like a canyon, an impossible gap. So you do what you've been taught to do. You retreat. You go back to the dream. You tell yourself, tomorrow, tomorrow. The most dangerous word ever spoken, the most seductive lie ever told. Tomorrow is a phantom, a ghost, a promised land where no one has ever set foot. It's a drug dealer on the corner of your mind, selling you the cheap, easy high of later. It whispers to you, don't worry about today. The real work starts tomorrow. The diet, the business, the discipline, that's for the future you. The present you can rest. The present you is off the hook, and you buy it. Every single day you buy that lie. You live your life on credit, drawing from a bank of tomorrows that doesn't exist. You are an addict. Addicted to the fantasy of a future that will magically appear without the brutal, grinding, soul-crushing work of today. You think you're a planner, a strategist, a dreamer. You are a professional waiter. You are waiting for the right moment, waiting for motivation to strike you like lightning, waiting for the stars to align, waiting for permission from a world that doesn't even know your name. But let me tell you the harshest truth you will ever hear. The universe does not care about your dreams. It only responds to one thing, action. And action only lives in one place. Not in the graveyard of yesterday, and not in the fantasy land of tomorrow. It lives here, now today. You're still here. That means a part of you knows I'm right. You feel the truth of this in your bones, like a cold dread. You've felt the hollowness after a day spent planning, dreaming, talking, but doing nothing. You know the bitter taste of waking up and realizing that the tomorrow you were so excited about has become today, and you are still the same person. The dream is no closer. The canyon is just as wide. Let's talk about the other thief, the ghost that has its chains wrapped around your ankles. Yesterday. If tomorrow is the beautiful lie, yesterday is the brutal warden. It's the corpse you drag behind you everywhere you go. It's the library of all your failures, all your mistakes, all your regrets. And your mind, the weak mind you have right now, loves to visit that library. It pulls out the books of your biggest embarrassments and reads them to you over and over. See, it whispers, this is who you are. Remember when you tried that and failed. Remember when they laughed at you. That's your history. That's your evidence. Who are you to dream of a different future when your past is this pathetic? And so you are trapped. A prisoner caught between two phantoms, haunted by the ghost of yesterday and seduced by the siren of tomorrow. And caught between them, crushed between them, is the only thing that has ever been real, today. You are sacrificing the reality of the present on the altar of a dead past and a non-existent future. It is the single greatest tragedy of a human life. And right now, it is the story of yours. You have to understand this on a cellular level. Your future is not a destination you arrive at. It is a structure you build. And the only building material you have is today. That's it. Every single day is a brick. Nothing more, nothing less. A solid, heavy, real brick. And every morning you wake up, the universe hands you one, just one, and it asks you a question. What will you do with this? The dreamer, the waiter, the prisoner, he looks at the brick, complains about its weight, talks about the magnificent cathedral he's going to build with it tomorrow. And then he sets it down in a messy pile with all the other bricks he's wasted. At the end of his life, all he has is a meaningless heap of wasted days, a monument to his inaction. But the architect, the builder, the king. He feels the weight of that brick. He feels the grit of it under his fingers. He understands its value. He understands that this single brick is all that matters. He takes the blueprint of the future he has in his mind, and he lays the brick. Carefully, precisely, he cements it with sweat and discipline. It's not glorious, it's not exciting, it's hard, repetitive, monotonous work. But at the end of the day, the brick is in place. The wall is one brick higher than it was yesterday. And he goes to sleep with the cold, hard satisfaction of a builder, not the vague, warm fantasy of a dreamer. Which one are you? Look at your day so far. Look at yesterday. Are you stacking bricks or are you piling them up? The evidence doesn't lie. Your current reality is the structure you have built with the bricks of your past days. If you don't like the structure, you have to change the way you handle the brick you were given this morning. There is no other way. This isn't a metaphor. This is the physics of existence. You think the future is decided in big moments, in grand gestures, in moments of breakthrough. That's a lie sold in movies. The future is forged in the smallest, most insignificant seeming moments of today. It's a war fought on 1,000 fronts, in 1,000 tiny skirmishes every single hour. It's the battle of the alarm clock at 5 a.m. Your mind, the old program, begs for the warmth of the bed, for the comfort of the snooze button. It says, just 5 more minutes. It won't make a difference. But the architect knows it makes all the difference. That first decision, that first victory of discipline over comfort, sets the tone for the entire day. Winning that first battle is everything. It's the first brick of the day laid perfectly. It's the battle of the empty moment. You have 10 minutes free. The old program screams for the cheap dopamine of your phone, the mindless scroll, the useless chatter. It craves distraction. The architect's mindset sees those 10 minutes for what they are, a priceless opportunity. 10 minutes to read 3 pages of a book. 10 minutes to plan the next hour. 10 minutes to close your eyes and focus the mind. It's a small brick, but it gets laid. It's the battle of the workout. Your body is tired. Your mind is making excuses. You had a long day. You can do it tomorrow. The architect hears that voice and recognizes it as the enemy, the saboteur. He goes to the gym, not because he feels like it, but because the blueprint says a brick must be laid today in the foundation of his physical health. The feeling is irrelevant. The action is everything. Your entire future, that grand cathedral you dream of, is nothing more than the sum total of these tiny, brutal, unsexy wars. It's in the food you choose to eat. It's in the conversation you choose to have. It's in the task you choose to do instead of procrastinate on. Every choice is a brick. It is either laid correctly, adding to the cathedral, or it is thrown on the pile, adding to your regret. There is no in-between. Every moment is a choice of construction or decay. You're still with me. You haven't run from this. That's good, because it means you're tired of the pile of bricks. You're ready to start building. So let's talk about the mindset that changes everything. It's not about positive thinking. It's not about affirmations. That's for children. This is about becoming the architect. The first principle of the architect's mindset is the absolute and total rejection of hope. Hope is the drug of the powerless. It's the lottery ticket of the lazy. The prisoner hopes for parole. The slave hopes for a kind master. The builder does not hope. The builder builds. Hope is a passive state. It's an admission that the power lies elsewhere. You are outsourcing your future to chance, to luck, to some external force. The architect finds this idea disgusting. The architect deals in blueprints and process. He has the vision of the cathedral in his mind, but he doesn't hope it will appear. He focuses on the physics of construction. He knows that if he lays a certain number of bricks every single day in a specific way, the cathedral is not a hope. It is an inevitability. It is the logical conclusion of a process. Your job is to fall in love with the process, not the promise. You must learn to derive your satisfaction from the sound of the trowel scraping the mortar, from the feel of the brick settling into place. The act of building today must be its own reward. When you replace hope with process, you become unstoppable. The man who hopes can be crushed by a bad day. His hope fails him. The man who trusts the process is immune. A bad day is just a single, misplaced brick. He acknowledges the error, learns from it, and shows up the next day to lay another brick. His faith is not in the outcome. His faith is in the activity. That is the death of fear. That is the birth of power. You must burn the word hope from your vocabulary. It is the language of the prisoner. You are the architect now. The second principle is the cultivation of weaponized presence. The world talks about being present as a form of peace, of calm, of smelling the roses. That is a domesticated, declawed version of a predator's tool. The architect's presence is not peaceful. It is a weapon. It is a ruthless, total focus on the task at hand, to the exclusion of everything else. When you are laying a brick, you are only laying a brick. Your mind is not in yesterday's mistakes. It is not in tomorrow's glories. It is right here, on the edges of this brick, on the consistency of this mortar. Why is this a weapon? Because fear lives in the future. Regret lives in the past. They are ghosts, and ghosts cannot survive in the harsh, bright light of the absolute now. When your focus is total on the present moment, on the physical action of this second, you have no mental capacity left to entertain the phantoms of yesterday and tomorrow. They starve, they fade. You must train this focus like a muscle. When you're working, you are only working. No phone, no distractions. You are a laser. When you are resting, you are only resting. You are not worrying about work. You are recovering with the same intensity you bring to your labor. Most people live in a gray haze of semi-distraction. Their body is in one place, their mind in another. They are never truly working and never truly resting. They are leaking energy from 1,000 tiny holes. The architect is a closed system. All his energy is directed at the single point of contact between himself and the reality of today. That is how a man of ordinary talent can produce extraordinary results. He is not smarter. He is just more present. He is bringing the entirety of his force to bear on a single point. You must become that man. You are still listening. You feel the power in this. It resonates with a part of you that has been dormant. The builder, the warrior. So let's go deeper. The third principle of the architect's mindset is to become a ruthless auditor of your own energy. Your energy is your only true currency. Not money, not time, energy. It is the fuel required to lay the bricks. Every single day you wake up with a finite amount, and the world is designed to steal it from you. The news is designed to steal it through outrage. Social media is designed to steal it through envy and distraction. Other people, the dreamers, the prisoners, are designed to steal it with their complaints, their drama, their demands. The architect is a ruthless auditor. He treats his energy like a dragon guards its gold. At the end of every day, he asks himself, where did my energy go today? He looks at his actions, his conversations, his thoughts. Did that conversation lay a brick? Or did it just burn fuel? Did that hour of scrolling build my cathedral, or did it just entertain the prisoner in my mind? Did that worry about something I cannot control add anything to my wall? And when you find a leak, you plug it mercilessly, without apology. You cut off the friend who only calls to complain. You delete the app that only serves to distract you. You learn to say no, not as an excuse, but as a strategy. No, I cannot attend that event because I have a brick to lay. No, I cannot engage in that argument because I need my energy for the wall. No, I will not give my focus to your manufactured crisis. This will be hard. People will call you selfish. They will call you cold, obsessed, inhuman, good. Let them. They are the agents of the pile of bricks. Their comfort depends on you staying on the ground with them, complaining about the weight of your bricks. Your ascent is a judgment on their inaction, and they will try to pull you back down. The architect builds his walls so high that their voices become nothing but whispers on the wind. Your energy is for your cathedral, and for the very few people you choose to let inside its walls. Everyone and everything else is a potential thief. Treat them as such. The fourth principle is to understand the physics of action. The most difficult part of any task is starting it. An object at rest stays at rest. This is the law of the universe. The prisoner in your mind is a master of inertia. He will do anything to avoid the initial expenditure of energy required to start. The architect understands this. He doesn't fight it with motivation. He outsmarts it with strategy. He knows that the first action of the day is the most important. He makes it non-negotiable. The alarm goes off. He gets up. There is no debate. He has already decided this the night before. The decision is preloaded. The action is automatic. He uses the law of momentum. An object in motion stays in motion. He breaks down monumental tasks into ridiculously small first steps. He doesn't think about writing a book. He thinks about opening the document and writing one sentence. The prisoner can argue with writing a book. It's too big, too intimidating. He cannot argue with writing one sentence. It's too small, too pathetic to fight. But the magic is this: once the sentence is written, momentum has begun. The object is in motion. The second sentence is easier than the first. The third is easier than the second. The architect's mindset is a series of tricks and systems designed to overcome the inertia of the prisoner. It's about making it easier to act than to not act. It's about building a downward slope towards your goals. You lay out your gym clothes the night before. You prepare your healthy meals in advance. You block out your work time in your calendar and turn off your phone. You don't wait for the mood to strike. You create an environment where the desired action is the path of least resistance. You are programming your world, your environment, to build your future for you. You're still here, walking with me through this. The weight of it isn't pushing you down, it's grounding you. Because this isn't fantasy, this is reality, this is physics, this is truth. You are ready for the final piece of the mindset, the most difficult and the most powerful. You must learn to see yourself not as a noun, but as a process. The prisoner's favorite lie is, "This is just who I am. I'm not a morning person. I'm not disciplined. I'm a procrastinator." He speaks of himself as a fixed object, a finished statue. This is the most powerful illusion in the cage. The architect knows this is nonsense. You are not a finished product. You are the raw material. You are the process of construction itself. The person you are today is just the result of the bricks you laid yesterday. That's it. It's not a permanent identity. It's a temporary structure. And if you don't like it, you start laying different bricks. You are not a procrastinator. You are a person who has repeatedly chosen the action of procrastination. Today, you can choose the action of discipline. If you choose the action of discipline again and again, you are no longer a procrastinator. The evidence has changed. You have become a disciplined person. Your identity is not your master. It is a lagging indicator of your repeated actions. This is the ultimate freedom. You can decide who you want to be, not as a dream, but as a building project. You want to be confident? Then you must repeatedly choose the action of courage, especially when you are terrified. You want to be intelligent? Then you must repeatedly choose the action of learning, especially when you are confused. You want to be fit? Then you must repeatedly choose the action of movement and nourishment, especially when you are tired. You build your future self, brick by brick, action by action, choice by choice, right here in the brutal, unforgiving, glorious reality of today. You don't find yourself, you forge yourself in the fire of the present moment. And what happens when you truly adopt this mindset? When you kill hope, weaponize your presence, audit your energy, master the physics of action, and see yourself as a process. What does it feel like? It is not happiness. Happiness is a fleeting emotion, a cheap high for the prisoner. What you will feel is something deeper, harder, more permanent. You will feel a cold, calm sense of power. It's the feeling of the shipbuilder who knows his vessel is sound, not because he hopes it will float, but because he built it correctly. It's the feeling of the general who knows the battle is won before it begins, not because he is an optimist, but because his strategy is flawless and his soldiers are disciplined. You will feel your connection to time change. You will no longer be its victim. You will become its partner. You will see days not as something to be endured, but as something to be devoured. Each day is a resource, a block of stone from which you will carve the next piece of your destiny. And the world will change in how it responds to you. Remember, the dreamers, the prisoners, will resent you. They will not understand your intensity. Your focus will feel like a judgment. They will try to tempt you back to the comfortable prison of tomorrow. They'll say you've lost your fun, your spontaneity. Let them. They are ghosts in a world you are no longer part of. But others will appear. The other architects, the other builders. You will recognize each other without a word. You will see it in their eyes, the same fire, the same intensity, the same respect for the brick. And they will become your new tribe, a tribe of kings building their own kingdoms side by side. But I must warn you, this path is a one-way street. Once you truly see the world this way, once you understand the physics of building your future from the raw material of the present, you can never go back. You can never again tolerate a wasted day without feeling a profound sense of sickness. You can never again listen to someone complain about their life without seeing the pile of wasted bricks next to them. You can never again dream of tomorrow without the immediate, urgent impulse to get up and lay a brick today. It is a burden, the burden of knowing that your future is entirely, terrifyingly, magnificently your own responsibility. You have stayed with me to the end. Most would have left, seeking a more comfortable lie, an easier path. But you are still here. You are breathing in this hard truth. That tells me the prisoner in your mind is weakening. The architect is waking up. He's looking at the blueprint. He's looking at the messy pile of bricks that is your life so far. And he's looking at the single, perfect, unblemished brick that is the rest of your day. The voice of the warden of yesterday is whispering your failures. The voice of the siren of tomorrow is singing its sweet, poisonous song. But now there is a third voice, the quiet, firm voice of the architect. And it is asking only one question, the only question that has ever mattered. What will you do with this brick?